And the internet rejoiced as Capcom announces that Dragon's Dogma 2 is patching in the option to start a new game when save data already exists for all platforms and a whole bunch of other stuff in an upcoming update that is just around the corner. This was just announced at 4:24 a.m. my time, so it's now like 8:30. So I'm catching this a few hours after it went live. Let's go ahead and take a look at the tweet where they've got all the details. It says planned updates for Dragon's Dogma 2. Updates for all platforms, PS5, Xbox Series XS, and Steam. Adding the option to start a new game when save game data already exists. Changing the number of Art of Metamorphosis items available at pawn guilds in the game to 99. Making the quest that allows players to acquire their own dwelling where they can save and rest available earlier in the game. Miscellaneous text display fixes and miscellaneous bug fixes. Then specifically for the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, and the option to turn motion blur on or off in the options. I know that's been a big thing for a lot of people who get motion sickness. Adding the ability to turn ray tracing on or off in the options, which is going to be beneficial for performance, and adding the option to set frame rate to either variable or max 30 frames in options. It says these options will not affect the frame rate significantly. Frame rate improvements are planned for future updates. So they are at least acknowledging that it's not as good as they could have made it, which is fine. It's definitely okay. I haven't noticed any issues on the PS5. There's been a couple of times when there's been some really hairy fights when it's chugged a little bit, but otherwise I've had a pretty fairly seamless experience so far. So it's not bothering me at all. Updates for Steam, improving quality when DLSS super resolution is enabled, and fixing an issue where models appear low quality under some specific settings. So it looks like they are hard at work getting a patch out the door to address some of the issues that people are coming up with to be mad at them for. Namely, the save file thing. I think that's the big one out of the gate. And of course, performance improvements are always going to be welcomed, regardless of who the company is or what game is releasing. Every game out there will always benefit from more performance. So I'm not going to complain about any of this stuff. It's cool to see it happening. Looks like they're on the ball. We'll see how quickly it gets out here. It doesn't actually have a timeline on when the patch is coming out. It's just a tweet saying we plan on releasing patches, including the following updates and fixes in the near future, and we will release them as soon as they are ready for distribution on each platform. Thank you for your patience and support. So that's really all it is an announcement that they are working on these things, and they will get them to us as soon as possible. So cool. That should satisfy a lot of people that at least their voices have been heard, and we can see more from them going forward. Meanwhile, I'm having a hell of a lot of fun. I got my Magic Archer vocation last night, and I'm getting ready to dive into another stream here in a few minutes. So hopefully we'll see you then. Live streaming happens here and on Twitch. There's a Discord, there's a Patreon, all sorts of links are down below to follow, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video or live stream. Until then, stay safe, everybody, and have fun in Dragon's Dogma 2. I know I am.